Hey everybody, it's Brad Van Eeden-Moorefield, the program chair for 2020 in St. Louis. I hope you're doing well, and this is the next short video clip to talk about the meaning behind the theme. This one focuses on the third part of the theme, the contouring family sciences negative spaces. Um, if you have any familiarity with the art world or some of the other places, you know that there's a positive and a negative space, and then the place where the positive and the negative meet in each picture. And, I think about some of my childhood. I spent a lot of time outside and sometimes just laying around looking up at the sky and playing a game of figuring out what shapes the cloud we're in. So the cloud in that sense would be your positive space. It's that place of focus, and the blue sky surrounding it would be the negative space. And where they meet creates kind of the shape, that activity, that balance. And sometimes you might see just a cloud from one view, and if you look a different way, it may become like a dog or a fish. And that's really what this is about. One of the more famous examples is Rubins Vase. So if you look from one perspective, you may see a vase here, but then if you look from another perspective, you may see two people's face. So the idea behind positive and negative space is that it brings a focus and attention to a main part of the picture, the main activity. It also brings some balance and rhythm, and the contouring in between kind of creates that. In a lot of ways, it's also about perspective and a illusion. It's a subjective view, and you can kind of think of that like Gestalt psychology a little bit. If you know me, I like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen cooking, and I've been trying to up my plating game a little bit and playing with kind of that negative and positive space. And this is just a couple of pictures of some of my playtime recently, and you can see I try to add a bit more negative space in here to help kind of define the food and the different elements and textures on the plate. So that's a little bit of my fun time. One of the other things that I think is one of the best examples, most relevant to all of us, is actually NCFR's logo that does uses the positive and the negative space really well. So here, all the white around here is the negative space, and the NCFR written in bold black draws your attention first, and that's a use of our positive space. And then we have the asterisk over here that if you look closer and really pay attention to the white negative space, you see it's not really an asterisk, it spells the word family. I remember when the logo first came out, it probably took me a couple of months of seeing it before I actually realized what it was and noticed those details. So it's a really meaningful thing. So how does all this fit with your work? I want to leave you with a little curiosity about it and not tell you too much more about that meaning behind, but just give you an understanding so you can apply it. So for now, be curious, wonder about this, imagine, try to come up with possibilities of what this positive and negative space is and what it means to contour that out and define your work, our work as a field. So we'll see you at the Arch, and we'll talk to you next time.